Shalom, shalom, akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kwadash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundations of this earth to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel, which would be preached throughout all four corners of this earth and rest upon the ears of the innumerable multitude, men, women, and children of Israel, who may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. It's just Bayan back again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to get into a brief lesson, Lord willing, to exhort and build up, you beloved Akiyam, that have been thrusted out into the front line to do the honorable labor of heralding in our Messiah, Yahweh Shai, and bringing good tidings, to our people, those of the elect. And we title ourselves the hopeful elect, hoping and praying that we're part of that precious number. Also speaking condemnation, to our enemies, man. Okay, starting with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the rest of you heathen nations, and 2/3 of you disobedient, open, rebellious, renegade, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, that refuse to turn back to your power. But ultimately, this lesson is to exhort you, beloved Akiyam, myself first and foremost, in efforts to build up the spiritual to testicle fortitude, man. All right, that's going to be necessary in these latter days. The times we're coming into, they're going to be grievous. They're going to continue to get worse. As Elder Yashawamba says, it's not going to be fair. We're going to be, we're going to be labeled, DTs. All right, and you Akiyam in the know exactly what I'm talking about. Domestic teas. You should be able to read between the lines now. For new listeners, newly coming into the fold. But needless to say, this lesson came through the inspiration of a few things. And this is one of them. This lesson, this live stream the brother Gabar did yesterday. I caught it towards the tail end. But needless to say, as you Akiyam know, I'm working on my backup channel, so it's not as alertive, for lack of better words, when it comes to the brothers' lessons being. I'm not very active in that backup channel, but we're gonna get more active in that backup channel through the Spirit, if the Lord allows. But needless to say, I caught like the tail end of the brothers' live, and there was this individual that came on the live chat, and he had said a few things. As a matter of fact, it is available. It wasn't available yet, so let me switch this over to the live chat. Let me see something real quick. I was trying to get this up. There we go. The Wadi Al Bashim Al Shai. I was looking at this last night and it wasn't coming up, and now I'm able to swing over the tab and get get all the comments he had said. But needless to say, this individual by the name of King Stacks, he pretty much had a question regarding the highways and byways. We're going to read it. As a matter of fact, let's just read this real quick, right? He comes on the comment where he says, "What if you're not on the highways and byways but watch videos, etc.?" And the brother dealt with it, through the Spirit. But I would just want to speak my spiritual 2 cents on this question. And now if you got the Spirit on you, to teach, the Lord's giving you the understanding, you have the zeal, okay, to reprove your people, it's highly likely Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is calling you into the fold, of a teacher, of a prophet, evangelist, or what have you. Because the scriptures go into that regarding the church. As far as the church is concerned, when you go to the book of Ephesians, Ephesians, the 4th chapter, and efforts for the perfection of the church. He's going to raise up these men. As a matter of fact, we're going to go get that. But let me get a little more of this brother's question. Let me see here. He said right here, because not being on the highways and on the highways kind of makes me, and he kind of like, he said, because not being on the highways kind of makes me, dot. So that's giving me the interpretation that the Lord's giving you the spirit to get out there. You're feeling conflicted in the spirit you're not going out, so you're feeling conflicted, and that's the spirit. That's the spirit telling you to get out there. You see? And his next comment down below, he says, the water may be fair, putting my hand to the plow. Now, I will say this. I will say this, brother, whoever you are, you're definitely meditating and examining things through the spirit. I will give you that. Because a lot of men haven't done that. A lot of men don't understand the gravity of this truth and the danger, that you put yourself in when you join yourself to Yahushua. Alright, this is why scriptures also tell us to what? To count the cost, man. That's the book of Luke. Hey, Lord willing, we're going to have to grab that too, man. You see? You got to count the cost. This is a very, very serious situation we're involved in. And you can't be playing with it, nor can you thrust yourself into that position of a teacher, of a leader of Israel. All right? Or it's going to be condemnation unto you if that's not your lot. You see? So that, you're wise in interpreting that. I'll say that much. But hey, fear is a demon, like the brother had mentioned, and pursuing this Timothy, the Yahweh Bashim Yahushai did not give us the spirit of fear. Now, granted, in the beginning stages, you may have some fear on you because them demons on you. You got to pray them off. You got to pray. You got to fast as well as pray. You see? And he says, I know I would never go back to the old man, but you don't know that. So tread softly with that. It's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. But anyways, I know I would never go back to the old man, but I feel a little lukewarm. But just on the topic of watching the videos and rehearsing, do you think? And at the end of the day, again, if the Lord put it, you're getting the cues. The Lord will give you the cues to get out there. You'll be itching to get out there. How do I know? Because that's what happened to me. You see, and other brothers can testify to that. You're watching videos, you're getting cut in the spirit because brothers are bringing out lessons that you end up stumbling upon, going into you being beaten with many stripes because you didn't do the Lord's will and you knew it. You know what I mean? The Lord's giving you all this wisdom, this understanding, the zeal. You at family gatherings, trying to reprove your wicked cousin. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, man, that's the spirit of the Lord. You got to get out there. That's the spirit telling you, get out there, man. You got to listen to that. Hey, scripture says, don't resist. Don't resist the, Don't resist the Holy Spirit. You see? Our wicked forefathers did that. And that's why our beloved, man, lost my train of thought. Bear with me. In Acts 7, Stephen. Okay? A lot of people call him Stephen, Stephen. He cussed out, the wicked scribes and Pharisees, and he said that. He said, ye do always resist the Holy Spirit. That's the spirit that our wicked forefathers came in, man. You see? You don't want to aggravate, the grace that has been bestowed upon you, man. Hey, if the Spirit's telling you to go teach, you better go do it. But understand one thing, it's going to come with responsibility. It's going to come with responsibility, man. Risk, sacrifice, but great reward, man. And ultimately, at the end of the day, the elect will execute. Okay? The elect will execute through the Spirit. Not make excuses, man. You see? Not make excuses. And when you get this word execute, I actually have it up. Bear with me. Before we tap into this lesson real quick. When you get this word execute, it goes into what? To carry into effect, man. See that? When you get the root of this word. To carry into effect. Hey, it gets deeper. Check it out. Also carry out or accomplish a course of action. And this is what got me right here. Figuratively, right? Bear with me. To follow after. Accompany. Oh, this is what got me right here. Look it. To follow out. Check this out. Follow out. Look it. To follow to the grave, man. To follow to the grave. And this is the spirit that the elect will be in. What's that? Revelations 12. They love not their lives until the death, man. That's the spirit. And they follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth, man. That's the spirit of the elect. And that's you would have to be preordained. You would have to be foreordained, man, to have that type of spirit on you. See? The elect will execute, not make excuses, man. Okay? We're all going through things, man. We're getting closer and closer to the Passover. We're not in a time to be making excuses. You know, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. You know, my scenario looks like this, my scenario looks like that. Listen, man, you've been given your portion to eat. And efforts for you to qualify to be delivered, man. Do you want to be delivered or not? Do you want your loved ones? And again, I'm speaking to, the men of the Lord, man. Those of us that have been thrusted into the front lines, man. Do you want to be delivered? Do you want your loved ones to be delivered, man? Your wife, if you have one, your son and or daughter, if you have them. Do you want them to be delivered? Your mother, your father, if that's your scenario, you got a favorite uncle, aunt, cousin. You want them to be delivered, man. You got them on your mental Rolodex. You want them to be delivered, but they're moving left. You see, the Lord can grant that, man. But you got to put on, therefore, as the elected. I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, man. All right, Colossians 3:12, man. We have to put on. We have to put on. No excuses, man. No excuses. Hey, the best champions in the world, man. The best athletes. You name it. The best actors. Various sports, race car drivers. Bodybuilders. You name it. The best of the best of that specific sport or field or what have you. They didn't make excuses for the sacrifice they had to make to be the best in their field, man. For that corruptible crown, man. So imagine us, man. We're fighting for an incorruptible crown, man. All right? Hey, we don't want that corrupt communication coming out of our mouth, making excuses for ourselves, man. This work comes first. The work comes first before everything and anything. And that's scriptural. You see? But again, this comes with a price. Let's go here. When you go and understand, man, when you join yourself to the Lord, hey, the spiritual demon Satan is going to be trying to get at you. And we're going to show you that right here. This is a spiritual war. See, and this is what a lot of men don't understand. A lot of men think you just put on the garment, get out there and it's just something to do. It's something to do on Saturdays or, midweek lessons, camps or whenever you go out there. You think it's just something to do. It's just something to do. No, man. This is serious business, man. And if you're not built like that, if you begin to show spiritual weakness, guess what? Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is going to spew you up out of there, man. Whether he puts it on the spirit of the leader of the camp to get you out of there, the congregation to get you, you're going to be out of there. You see, because we're in no time to be in a position to be around weak men, spiritual weak men. There's a lot of men that came into this truth with a background, they've been in scenarios, they held down whole blocks and cities or what have you, man. Been in sets, with drug dealers, whatever, man. Been around the leaders, But guess what? This is a different fight. This is a different battle. That carnal world cannot be compared to the spiritual world. Because you've come to find out, a lot of those men that were strong in the world, they're weak in the spirit. You see? They end up being found out to be weak in the spirit, man. They have a weak spirit on them. Showing you that this is not the same playground, man. This arena right here, it's spiritual. The Lord gotta be dealing with you, okay? And you gotta be tapped into the spirit. You gotta be of the preordained, the predestinated, the foreordained, the predestinated, in efforts to even qualify to get up out of here, man. You ain't gonna make it. A lot of men are faking it until they make it. No, man. If the Lord's not dealing with you, if the Holy Spirit's truly not in that vessel, you're just remembering precepts and you're not really operating through the scriptures. You're not practicing what you preach. Guess what, man? It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. When you go to the book of Sirach, the 2nd chapter, in the first verse, it says what? My son. This is the book of Ecclesiastes. It's also known as the book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 1, and it reads, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul. Okay? Not your flesh. All right? Not your body. It's not saying go work out and run miles a day in efforts to prepare yourself to serve the Lord. Listen, man. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, man. Okay? And who's going to be tempting you at his best? The spiritual demon Satan. And the phone chimed in, man. The spiritual demon Satan. Why do you think he's called the tempter? Bear with me. This is why when you go to, let me see here, 1 Thessalonians, the 3rd chapter. All right, this is Apostle Paul speaking. I will start at the 4th verse. Verse 5 is the point, and it reads, for verily, when we were with you, we told you before that we should suffer tribulation, which tribulation goes into what? Trouble. Even as it came to pass, and ye know. And the trouble came through what? Through bringing out the gospel, man. Okay? How many times did the Apostle Paul get locked up and beat? All right? Come on, man. You have Acts 5 with Apostle Peter and the other apostles. They got persecuted by the wicked scribes of the time, man. Cast into prison, etc. Same with Peter. So on and so forth. For why, though? Oh, 144 right in front of me, man. Man. My goodness. You see? So listen, man. Hey, we gotta pay attention to things that happened in before in old time, man. As examples, man. You see? Hey, look how the apostles were dealt with. Besides John the Revelator, man. Okay, towards the tail end of their missions. Look how they were deleted, man. You see, understand that tribulation comes with this, man, but great reward. You see, great reward, man. They had to drink from that cup. There's a cup you got to drink from, man, when you come and when you come and serve the Lord. But going to the point, the tempter, you're going to be tempted, as it's saying in Sirach, the 2nd chapter. Okay? You're going to be tempted, and guess who's going to be tempting you? The spiritual demon Satan, man. This is why he's called the tempter. Right? Continuing on here, 1 Thessalonians 3 and 5. For this cause, when I could no longer forbear, I sent to know your faith, which faith is what? The substance of all things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Without faith, it's impossible to please Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Hebrews 11. Lest by some means the tempter have tempted you, and our labor be in vain, man. Why? Because he cast you out. And remember, when you go to Matthew 4, Yahweh, it mentions the tempter that came to tempt Yahweh Shai. All right, which is who? The spiritual demon Satan. Okay, the servant is not greater than his master. You see, the tempter came to tempt Yahweh Shai. You think he's not gonna come tempt you? Of course he's gonna. All right, he's gonna work on your mind, and guess what? You ain't gonna know it, man. All right, I know there's men that come in the spirit like they can prevent things from happening. They know things. They got this spiritual intuition, this and that. Listen, man. The spiritual demon Satan it will be able to manipulate you, man, if you let your guard down. You see? Once you let your guard down, you can get caught up. You can, and hey, part of you falling 7 times, the righteous man falls 7 times and gets back up. Why do you think you're gonna be falling and stumbling, man? Because the spiritual demon Satan is gonna tempt you and get you to make you gonna fall. But if the Lord is dealing with you, you're gonna get back up and keep it moving. It's just part of your purification process. You see, but you have to understand and be aware of that, man. Okay, this is a reality, man. You will be tempted. You see? You will be tempted, man. Hands down, without a doubt. Matter of fact, what I want to do, let me get in the GMB. Let's get that Sirach 2 and 1 in the GMB. My child, if you're going to serve the Lord, be prepared for times when you will be put to the test, man. Okay? You're going to be put to the test. We all have to be tried to confirm to the Lord that we've been proven. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is not going to let anybody just be on his side. All right? Not anybody's going to be close enough to Yahweh Shai to see him breathing and you haven't been tried and proven, man. Nah, man. You're going to have to go through it on this side, man. Okay? And a lot of you are not going to be able to get over the obstacles and snares of your family, your mother, your father, your wife, your children, your life, your personal life. Okay? Your side chick, whatever the situation may be, man. And the scriptures tell us that. When you go to the book of, what's that? Luke 14. Let's go there.
Saw Edom, this oppressor, this cruel.
When you go to the book of Luke, Yahweh Shai spoke this himself, man. Yahweh Shai gave us the game on how to win. You know, you got a lot of men calling on Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, but they're not really operating, you know, by the blueprint. You know, you got men that are not, you know, hearkening the wise counsel. You know, they're operating under their own, you know, protocol. You see? Continuously making excuses for themselves. Understand, man, hey, that's not how you're going to get the victory. Making excuses is not going to get you the victory. Bear with me. As we said earlier, which I'm going to title the lesson, Lord willing, the elect will execute, not make excuses, man. The book of Luke chapter 14, bear with me. I know it's in, let me see here. There it goes. The book of Luke chapter 14, okay? And verse 16, and it reads, all right, let me see it here. We'll probably read down to like 30. Let's blow this up. Red letter, Yahweh Shai speaking, man. All right, this let me see, let me just get this. Luke 14 and 26, and it reads, if any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife, okay, and children and brethren and sisters, and you guys take this with a grain of salt as well, because it says wife, you know, but you got, you know, we're in Babylon, we're in captivity. You know, you got women that you're dealing with, that you're messing with, a woman that you're messing with. Listen, man, they could be a snare unto you, man. Okay, you find yourself in a mindset, okay, where, you know, that's the takeaway, man. You see, you're more drawn to dealing with that based off the time you got to do it, you know, and you got a responsibility on your hand. You got a mission to complete, you know, but you're more mentally oriented around, you know, old girl after, man. See, these women are snares, man, ultimately at the end of the day. And the spiritual demon saying, again, will work on you to make you create an excuse to why you can act like that. You know what I'm saying? Which is pretty much a Eve spirit. It's a feminine spirit, you know. But needless to say, and children and brethren and sisters, yeah, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple, man. And hate. All right, when you get this word hate, bear with me. For edification, we got to get this, because you know Esau and his play on words. You know, that's why you gotta look up words, because hey, you gotta understand Hebrew and Greek. All right, context which will bring light. All right, proper context will bring light to the understanding. You gotta look up these words. All right, the book of Luke chapter 14 and verse 26 in the blue letter. We're gonna get this word hate.
Strong's G 3404, Messiah.
Right? And it goes into what? Ultimately what it goes into, look it. Bear with me. When you go under Strong's definition, it means to what? It means to love less. Love less. Okay, so ultimately, when it comes to this truth, everything else is short, okay, to this truth. This truth comes first. All right, and if you can't endure that, if you can't bear that, let's continue on in Luke. And whosoever doeth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple, man. So you don't have the discipline, all right, to be a student of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai if you can't count all those things as dung, man, versus this truth. Understanding that you'll get all those things back 100-fold, man. Job is an example of that. But again, a lot of men are not reading these scriptures through the Spirit, okay? They're trying to have just a one-up on niggas at the barbershop, you know. They want to seem like they're that guy, okay, when they go around these worldly niggas they know, and etc., man. They're not really doing this for the sake of the elect, of the sheep, okay? And it's on display through their mindset. The mindset tells the story. You can act one way, you see, but your mind, how you think and how you operate is going to put it all on display. Okay? It's going to put it all on display. You can't hide, you know, your true intentions, man, through the Spirit. The Lord is making it very clear here, man. Whosoever doeth not bear his cross. You got to bear your cross, man. Not make excuses for it being on you. No, man, carry that son of a... Excuse me. Let me hold myself. Carry that thing, man. Carry that burden that the Lord has put upon you, man. Understanding that it's just to try you, to purify you, man, so you can be that pure gold, man, of Ophir, man, at the end of this thing, and receive all the spiritual benefits that come with being an obedient servant of the Lord, man. You know, you can't lose sight of it. We're servants, man. And that's why when you come into this thing, you got to be prepared to serve. You know, going back to the talking point with old boy, you know, feeling lukewarm, etc. Hey, it's because you are, and the Holy Spirit's letting you know that. All right, but you better act fast, because again, we're getting close to the end. We're getting close to Passover, and you know when Passover comes, things happen. All right, there's bodies that are removed. All right, if you know, if you picking up what I'm putting down, you know, men that you would never have thought. You know what I mean? After the Passover, they no longer a part of the body. All right, they've been found out to be niggas, man, manipulating brothers, taking advantage. You know, just being a complete nigga with a garment on with fringes, with a border of blue. And a lot of men don't even know what that represents. A lot of men don't even understand what the border of blue represents in the fringes, man. You know, but they're out there screaming Kwam Yasha Allah, man. But they don't even know what they're doing. They don't even know what they're doing, man. You see? So this is some serious, man, this is serious business, man. This is not a game. You know, we got to get our heads, you know, screwed on tight and get ready for the end game. Because we're coming into the time now, okay, where we're going to have to resist unto blood, man. That reality is at the door. Okay, and that's when the spiritual demon Satan is going to be at his strongest in efforts to sift us, man. You see? As a matter of fact, let's close out here, if the Spirit allows. Let's stay in Luke. Let's jump to 22. When the Lord was speaking to his disciples, and they wanted to know who was the greatest, and he says something specifically to Simon Peter. Let's go ahead real quick. Luke 22. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Khan, this is what I want. Here we go. I'm gonna go straight to the point. The book of Luke, chapter 22 and verse 31, and it reads, and the Lord said, Simon, Simon, he's talking to Simon Peter, behold, Peter being the what? The rock, right? The rock of the church, right? And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan have desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat, man. Okay, so Satan's that sifter, all right, that the Lord constantly has in motion. And if you let your guard down through the Spirit, you will be sifted out. Don't ever think you're wise enough to not get sifted out, man. Don't ever think you're wise enough not to get manipulated by somebody, a woman. You know, it can happen, man. The blinders can get on you, bro. You know, and that's pride too, thinking that you can't get caught up. You see? And this is part of this. This is part of the reality when you come into this truth. It's a spiritual war. It's not. This is nothing. This is a whole different arena. This is why you got to be spiritually tapped in. You know? You got to be spiritually tapped in, man. Why do you think the Lord said fast as well as pray? Because it's going to allow you to tap into the Spirit more efficiently. You see? And when you get this word sift, this is heavy right here. For those of you that don't know, this is the spiritual demon Satan's job right here. Salakia. When you get this word sif in the blue letter in the Greek,
Strong's G 4617, seniazo. Seniazo.
right, and it goes into what? To sift, shake, and to sieve. Look at figuratively by inward agitation to try one's faith. There goes that word faith again, because that's the key recipe. To what? To verge of overthrow. You see? So the spiritual demon Satan's job is to overthrow you, man. And it starts with what? An inward agitation. So you find yourself getting mad over something, okay? Because you didn't have your way. It didn't go your way. You know, things didn't play out the way you planned. You see? And here it is. That's the opportunity for the spiritual demon Satan to creep up on you, man. See, that's when he'll creep up on you, man. When that flesh gets vulnerable, man. You see? The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. You see? So when you tap into that flesh, you start getting agitated, you getting carnal. You know, want to stop blaming brothers for things. Hey, man, that's when he gets you. That's when he gets you to trip. You know? And fall. But as we quoted earlier, a righteous man falls 7 times and gets back up, man. You know, so, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, you know, I just wanted to bring this out, you know, and, you know, if the shoe fits, wear it, you know, through the spirit, you know. At the end of the day, you know, we're in a time where we're at the end. We're at the end of this captivity, man. All right, and the Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is only going to keep the best of the best. Okay, when it comes to his spiritual warriors, man. Only the best of the best are going to be fit to qualify to the end. Okay, the rest of these men, all right, are going to be spewed out, or you're never going to make it in, you know. And King Stacks, you don't want to be that individual that never makes it in. You know, but understand, when I say never makes it in, I'm regarding, you know, being able to come into the fold on this side and do this glorious honor and heralding in your power, man. All right, and we gotta start taking this more seriously, Akiyam. You know, this thing is not a game, man. All right, this is not a game, man. This has to be prioritized, man. This truth got to be prioritized, man. And again, everything I'm saying, everything that I have said, I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, man. So Lord willing, you know, this was edifying Akiyam and Akwaf. You know, Abarataza. You know, Lord willing, you know, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai keeps us. You know, and we're able to be, you know, counted worthy to take part in the first resurrection, man, Lord willing. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Raga, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Lord willing, you Akiyam, and Akwaf were edified. Shalom.